Good day, dear LinkedIn family. My name is Kovani Mudley, and welcome to part 2 of how to build your brand on LinkedIn. So in the earlier part 1, I focused on the following 5 key tips. Number 1 is to make sure you have an appropriate profile picture, preferably with you looking directly at the camera. The second one was to use your open to work badge, which comes standard with any LinkedIn profile. The third one that we focused on was around making sure that your bio was optimized. So that means you are filling out your bio with your work-related professional achievements and possibly one hobby or something else that's really interesting about you. The fourth one that we focused on was to start networking. That means sending connection requests to recruiters, potential talent acquisition individuals within your dream job companies. The fifth one was around Canva and downloading Canva to be able to create your own CVs quite seamlessly. It is very user-friendly, like I mentioned. Definitely one of my favorite apps on my phone and probably the most used as well. And this allows you to have a great overview of a range of templates that you can choose, the one that works best for you, and keep going from that point on. And now on to part 2. If you find this video to add value, please can you share it to give me an indication that it is adding value, and that way I know that this is a type of content that I can make more of in order to empower our LinkedIn audience and really to give you the best possible chance of bagging that dream job. Okay, so the next 5 tips that I'm going to share. The first one is around content, right? So what you want to be doing on LinkedIn or on any social media, and I always speak about this, it's called social media. So if you are going to be on social media and not be social, you're going to have a bit of problem when it comes to, I guess, being searchable and contributing to conversations and just building your personal brand, which is what this video is all about. So I'm going to focus on LinkedIn because LinkedIn works on an algorithm. I don't really know how the actual algorithm works, but I do know that it is important to have content and post content quite regularly. The experts say that 3 times a week is sufficient. So you want to be thinking of what type of content do you want to post? What do you want to be known for? What do you want to build your brand around? So if you're job hunting and you are, let's just say, an audit specialist, then you want to be, resharing articles that could be interesting from an audit perspective, commenting on posts in your network that are related to the audit profession or something interesting that someone else has shared. Or alternatively, part 3 is, creating your own content. So that means writing an article, which you can do on LinkedIn, or your thoughts on a particular topic or anything that's quite relevant in the South African context, for example, could be something that you could use to post and start a conversation. So the LinkedIn algorithm really loves when people comment. They love when you like other people's posts. So you want to make sure that if you're going to be using LinkedIn for the maximum benefit in order to optimize your own profile, that you are engaging on content, right? So if you're just going to connect with people and sit very quietly, almost like, I want to say, a creepy stalker sitting in the background and waiting for something to happen, social media is not going to be your friend. And we want social media to be our friend. We want to boost our engagement. We want to share our thoughts. We want to be thought leaders. If that's the one thing that you can take away from this video, is that you want to be contributing to topics and ideas that are relevant to the type of job that you are searching for, right? So that's number 1, content. Number 2, that's very, very important is, earlier on I spoke about building your network, sending connection requests, so you can definitely do that. Just bear in mind that LinkedIn does have a limit per week. So I think it gives you 50, I haven't counted, but it gives you around 50 connection requests that you can send, and then your limit is up, and then you've got to wait for the next week to continue. So make sure that you've got that process going and that you are intentional about who you are connecting with. Recruitment agents that could help you, other colleagues that may, be working at your dream job, talent acquisition individuals, HR individuals that could be helping with the hiring and recruitment process. So that's something that you're going to be doing all the time. Then the other tip that I have is, before you post any content, it is advisable to start engaging with people that are on your feed. So your feed is pretty much as you're scrolling up and down your LinkedIn, which I'm sure we all do. You're going to come across posts, you're going to come across people saying things, reposting. That is your feed. And you want to be commenting, dropping a comment, liking, sharing, whatever resonates with you. I think what's important is to keep it authentic, right? If you connected to someone and they've gotten a new job, then it's appropriate to congratulate them, etc., etc. So just make sure that what you're commenting is relevant to a particular post or what someone is putting out there. Tip number 4 is that after you've reached out to your potential recruiters or potential future employer, dream job employers, is that social media is great to create connections. But in order to enhance those connections, it is great to meet face to face. So it's a great starting point to say, you've connected with someone, but the next step is most certainly building a more human connection. And the way we do that is by saying, for example, I've connected, I've shared my CV. Is there an opportunity for us to meet for a coffee, for example, with a recruitment agent? Can we connect face to face? Because I really believe that nothing beats a face to face connection. Nothing beats connecting with someone who is going to be able to feel your energy, feel what you're all about face to face. And that can be really powerful in terms of building connections and building your network as well, to know that not everything is digital, but you've actually met people and that you are top of mind. When you meet people face to face, it is very different to just engaging with them online or via the inbox that LinkedIn comes with. And the last tip that I would love to share with you is to join groups. So on LinkedIn, you have pages and you have groups. So if you can join a particular group that has, for example, other audit specialists in South Africa, there's tons of groups out there. You're just going to have to spend some time doing a bit of searching to decide which one works for you. But join groups and then start contributing within those particular groups. So today's, I want to say, techniques in terms of building your brand has been largely around content, curating your content, deciding what message you want to put out there that aligns with your brand. What do you want to be known for? That's the way I often describe it. And then, just spending a dedicated amount of time on LinkedIn. Very much like we do everything else and we have dedicated times for everything else. There is no such thing as an overnight success, and I stand testament to that. It's taken me many, many years to build my platforms, both on Instagram and on LinkedIn. And the key thing that I can say is just be consistent with your posting, with your engagement, with your connecting with people. Just be yourself. Be authentic, which is something that I can't reiterate enough. It is just so important for you to be yourself, for people to get a perspective of who you are, what you stand for, what your values, what your morals, what your integrity aligns with. And then the consistency part is, at least every day you want to be spending at least 20 minutes on LinkedIn, working on the things that I spoke about in the first video, creating your content, posting, reposting. And you don't want to do too much of it as well, right? You don't want to be seen as a bot or spam by the LinkedIn algorithm. So, once a day at most if you want to, or alternatively 3 times a week. But I think it is very important to just engage with other people's content that's coming up in your feed. Dropping those comments starts to give the algorithm a sign or a hint that you are not someone that is just a backseat driver on LinkedIn or Instagram. You are actually someone that enjoys the platform. You are someone that wants to engage. And any social media platform loves when people start to use all the tools that are available, start engaging, start using different components of LinkedIn, learn about the go lives, learn about the posts, learn about videos, learn about all the different types of content that you have the power to put out there to be able to optimize your profile, to build your brand, and just create a positive presence for yourself on social media. If this was helpful, please do share it, so it does help me to create more content. Cheers for now, everyone, and I hope you have a great day ahead.